This is Radio Free Cybertron. I am Brian Kilby. With me this week, we have Rob again first.
Hello.
And Chris.
I'm trying to remember how I transformed this toy.
Oh, I know what you're doing. Matt.
Hello.
I just didn't transform the toy. I'm just looking at it in robot mode. And I'm like, I like this. I'm good with that. Don.
Hello.
Very good. Don. Okay, so, you know, actually, Elf on a Shelf Warmer, I do need to mention this. I was just going to jump into it because we got a lot to talk about, but I am not taking time away from this. Hashtag Elf on a Shelf Warmer. It's our way to try to give it back each year. Not only give back to needy kids who, otherwise might have nothing this holiday season, but also to you, our fellow collectors. It's a way to clear off the toy aisles of, shelf-warming toys and put them into the hands of kids who need, toys. I always think back to, when I was a kid, I basically still have all the Transformers that I had as a kid, other than the ones that my nephews broke. I could count them. Maybe I had like 15, which is a lot compared to what some kids have. My kids, I've talked about this, they're adopted. And the one who's old enough to remember what life was like when she lived in the prior home, she got nothing at all, period. Without somebody, like you or me, dropping something in a drop box or, donating it to a church that gave her whatever. This is really something that's important to me. I try to advocate for this all the time. If you see something, especially if it's on clearance, kids don't care, especially kids that, are in, a bad way. But just in general, unless your kid is older, they don't necessarily care about brands. Kids don't necessarily care about what the toy is even for. Today, my 3-year-old had this Jake and the Neverlands pirate toy or whatever it's called, and she had a Ric Flair action figure that was mine that I'd given to one of the other kids, and she was pretending that it was like the captain of the ship, and he was commanding like everybody on what to do. Kids love toys. So if you're out and about, you see something on the shelf at Target, Walmart, whatever, has a clearance tag, pick it up, drop it in a donation box. I saw a sign this week for Toys for Tots. The box wasn't out yet, but they're getting ready to put that stuff out. It never hurts to just pick up something and drop it in a box. And what I'm going to do this year is, if you're watching video, you shouldn't be. You should be listening to the podcast. But if you are watching video,
Do both.
You can do both. I have Michael Myers, my Halloween decoration there. I'm going to put a Santa hat on him, and I'm going to wrap him in Christmas lights, and he's going to be my Christmas tree this year. And all the Elf on a Shelf Warmer donations are going to go underneath. So I'm going to try to have that for next week. But again, if you get something, drop it in a drop box. Take a picture. Hashtag Elf on a Shelf Warmer. If it's on Twitter, we'll retweet it. If it's on Instagram, we'll like it. Facebook, we'll try to reshare it. But we just want to get that out there and, do what we can to get toys in the hands of kids, this year that need them. If you don't have a place to drop them off, and I would much rather you do this locally, you can always go to tfradio.net/shelf. Pardon me, tfradio.net/elf, not shelf, elf. It'll take you to the Amazon wish list that we have set up for this. If you buy something there, it'll come to me, and I'll drop it off locally. I would rather you help out a child local to you, but that option is there, and we draw no referral fees or anything from that. So, also, it's a great way to just go. If you go to tfradio.net/elf and pick something out and ship it to yourself, we try to put things up there that are things that kids would like, but are low cost. We want to just sort of maximize your investment in getting things out there. We want to do the best good that we can with the lowest amount of money. So, but yeah, tfradio.net/elf, Hashtag elf on a shelf warmer. We're going to keep hammering at this probably for the next month or so. And this is like my favorite thing that we do all year. So really appreciate anything anybody out there can do. Okay. Now that that's out of the way, I don't want this to be like a super long show, but we have a little bit of news and a lot of pre-orders hit. And it hurt.
So the 1027 stream, there was a lot of theories going around what Hasbro would be talking about in terms of Transformers, and everybody was wrong.
So BMAC last week told us in that fan panel thing, make sure you watch, you'll be happy. And I was. I'm happy.
Very much so.
I'm very happy. So HasLab Deathsaurus. It's very nice.
We all were hoping, but we weren't
gorgeous.
expecting it. I think we were all hoping for that with Star Saber, but we weren't expecting it like anytime soon.
I don't know. I was fairly certain it was coming up in the rotation because Deathsaurus is on Star Saber's box.
Yeah. I kind of thought it might wait until Star Saber had shipped, but
Well, I mean, it's close. They're wanting to get the Victory Saber sets out while Deathsaurus still has funding time.
Yeah.
okay. I'm all for that. I'd like to have that.
Which that's, pretty much consistent with the original estimate anyway. So
we're going to
Yeah.
track it each week like we always do with these HasLabs. I enjoy doing it. So he's
but it's
currently-
already up to halfway to its minimum.
It was at 5,613 a couple minutes ago. when
That's
I
exactly
checked.
where it is right now.
Nice.
I was not number 1 or number 2 like I was.
No, so we believe via our Discord, tfradio.net/Discord, that either Spencer Wild or Wheeljack64 in our Discord were number 1.
Yeah, I
That's
was
awesome.
like number 46.
I was like number 80 and number 500. So just to remind people, like Diecast ordered 15 Unicrons, whatever. He was one of the last people to get them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're going to get multiple,
That's because he ordered them together.
yes. If you're going to get multiple, get them separately.
Right.
Separate orders. Yes.
Yeah.
So interesting thing with this, London Comic-Con happened over the weekend also, and Ben McRae was also there representing Transformers. And among the stuff that was talked about, Deathsaurus was originally planned to be a legacy toy,
Yeah.
like mainline legacy. So it probably was going to take up a leader slot. And
Yeah, they wanted to do a Deathsaurus. I don't think it was going to be this Deathsaurus because it would have fit a different price
it
point.
absolutely was not. Because this wouldn't even fit into Commander class
Yeah.
price point
No.
at this point with all the features it has, even leaving aside the stretch goal items.
No,
and-
they showed pictures of him next to a completed sample of Victory Saber, and he's pretty much the same size as the combined Victory Saber.
Yeah.
right.
Which is
And
nice because Victory Saber, the G1 toy, substantially larger than Deathsaurus.
Yeah, well, I mean, same goes for Scorponok versus Fortress Maximus, for
Yeah.
example.
Yeah.
But yeah, like TFW has bullet points of the Hasbro panel from a YouTube channel. So they're saying Deathsaurus was upgraded, quote unquote, when it was moved over to a HasLab project. So they definitely started over with it. But at one point they were planning to follow up HasLab Star Saber with a mainline Deathsaurus, but they apparently decided they could either do better or they just wanted to get more mainstream stuff into the main line. Either one kind of makes sense.
And I've seen people, well, I don't want to say complaining, but saying that it should have been a mainline release, but no, this is where this belongs, because this will give us the size we need. It is a big, bulky looking figure. There's going to be a lot of plastic in that thing. If it had been a retail, we wouldn't have got all the bells and whistles. It wouldn't have had the gimmicks.
Right.
It wouldn't have the double breastmaster gimmick. The most we would have got would have been we got Double Dealer a couple years ago
Mhm.
in Kingdom,
I
where
honestly thought
you wouldn't have got you wouldn't have got the Power Masters. You would have had to buy them separately, and they just would have been like Soundwave cassettes.
Right.
So
Yeah.
HasLab is definitely the way to go with this.
I honestly
I'm-
thought Double Dealer was going to be retooled into Deathsaurus, honestly.
Dodge that bullet.
Yeah.
No,
I know.
no. It's clear. Deathsaurus is Silverbolt remold. It's obvious.
But
yeah,
look-
that joke's already actually been made too.
Yeah. What I do like about this is they went ahead and showed us all the stretch goals up front.
Yeah.
I don't even mind the flight stand this time. I complained many times about the Victory Saber stand, but on Deathsaurus, that's not its own thing. It comes with the throne.
Yeah, at 14,
So they are a stretch goal together.
so it fit 14,000 backers. Feel the power of the living metal destroying cannon. So, weapons.
Yeah,
and, and more Jetfire blast effects.
Yeah.
and the mace, the chain
Yeah.
mace.
17,000 is the throne and the stand.
Yeah.
And that's it, right?
Yeah.
So Victory Saber hit 26,000 or so, if I remember right. It was a huge number.
I don't think there's a lot of a problem hitting its stretch goals.
it's going to hit the stretch goals. I don't think it's going to hit 26,000.
Maybe 20.
Like it won't be far off, I don't think, because pretty much anybody who wanted Victory Saber, like this is right up their alley too. They will want them to go together as a set.
But there's some people for some reason who collects primes and puts Victory Saber. I mean, Victory Leo is a prime. Well, no, he's a Jinrai. But like people who considering him a prime and stuff. So, and as the leader, the commander of the Autobots, I think there'll be more people who get Victory Saber than.
There will be more, but like I think it'll be fairly close.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I ordered two. I really want it. And
So the color model should be at Hasbro's headquarters in the next week or so, apparently.
Awesome.
So we should get some
Nice.
fresh pictures.
And the best thing is, it's the price point didn't change from Victory Saber from last year.
180 bucks.
It's exactly the same.
So I wonder what's going to be different. I mean, it's fewer pieces, so the engineering is probably simpler. When I say fewer pieces, it's not two robots.
Right.
So the engineering is there's less engineering involved. So that's probably the savings there. Man.
There's probably more basic plastic mass per, unit of toy than you would have had with Victory Saber, just because it doesn't have to be, this price point doesn't have to be divided between two different things. So it's probably going to be a bit heftier figure than either of the others on their own.
So go ahead, Don.
I was going to say, now I'm just spitballing here. If they took this figure as it is, and they took away all the accessories except maybe a gun and one breastmaster, is there any way that would fit in the Commander price point? Probably not, right?
No.
Okay. Because I was thinking about it.
Victory Saber's like a foot tall, and this is pretty close to it.
Right. Well, I'm just thinking if we somehow got this redone in red as a Selects Brave, would it be possible to do it?
They don't reuse HasLab stuff, Don.
I'm just saying, would it be possible if they could do it with this being a single figure?
No, because they don't reuse HasLabs, Don.
Okay, all right. I just wasn't sure if that would be an option or not.
But could they do it in red and make it Red Geist? Is that what?
Yeah.
But could they do it? Could they do it? No, because they don't reuse HasLabs.
I forgot about that. I'm just saying if they stripped it down and did it, because he only came with only one breast animal anyway.
Again, the Red Geist problem is Sunrise owns that animation
The Brave
IP.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's the same toy in red. I don't think that would be an issue.
Could be tricky since Sunrise is owned by Bandai, and Bandai kind of has a hate on for Takara.
I eventually need to get that. I honestly thought I would get it before I got G1 Deathsaurus because it's cheaper, but I lucked out and got a G1 Deathsaurus.
Well, what do we think I know there's a lot that they can dip into with all the Japanese stuff. What do we think there's going to be next? Are they going to keep on the Victory train, or are they going to
Road Caesar? That's my guess. Road Caesar.
I mean, I it's too early to say, and I don't want to take up time in the show going too deep into it. But Grandis, hopefully, but it won't be Grandis. But I want it to be Grandis.
Jump up to 280 and do Leo Kaiser.
Okay, sure, that'll do that. I'll take it. But yeah,
I think they would charge more than 280 for Leo Kaiser. I think you're looking at Marvel
depends on how
price points when you get to a combiner that size.
How much was Piranacon and God Neptune?
That's why I'm guessing.
But
Road
those,
Caesar.
but those were not. Those were. That's not this exact same deal. I mean, are we saying what size are we saying? Are we saying Devastator size, Titan class? Or are we saying?
I'm thinking deluxe sizes would work with them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking like in between, like 6 deluxes.
I don't know.
Maybe beefy deluxes, but not like huge individual toys, because then we have the Critic King problem again.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Any other thoughts on it? There's not a whole lot really to say.
It's wonderful. It's beautiful. It will be mine.
Yeah. But what won't be yours is the Engine of Vengeance or whatever it's called. So, because that didn't.
That won't be anybody's.
I did.
Yeah, isn't Deathsaurus now at more than the Engine of Vengeance ended at?
Yeah.
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 By a couple hundred, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I backed Engine of Vengeance.
Mhm.
It was a empty threat basically because it was a homeopathic suicide.
You backed it just to watch it die.
I backed it just to watch it die.
You shot a toy just to watch it bleed.
Yeah.
Like if it had funded, I would have bought it because it looks awesome. But yeah,
But you were reasonably
I would have
confident
bought the
you would
Madeline
not have to
Pryor.
I was
off.
confident I didn't have to. Yeah,
And I would have bought the Madeline Pryor off.
I would have only I only honestly wanted the car, so I would have partnered with everything else.
Ryan, when you were saying earlier, you and Chris were saying about not reusing the HasLab stuff, since they've got that Mephisto and the other figures,
They don't have it on. They have like a model for it, right?
Okay, I just figured if the tooling was done, do you think those would be?
The tooling's not done.
Yeah,
the tooling's not done, but
they
I
have the
would be
CAD files though.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if they don't find a way to get at least Mephisto out in some other.
It's a little different with that because they are the size of those toys. They could reuse it, but
Damien Hellstrom, no, you're not going to see that one. Madeline Pryor, long shot. Mephisto, probably going to show up somewhere else.
Yeah.
I'm guessing a One More Day box set with him and Spider-Man and Mary Jane. I just figured that's how they would market.
I mean,
fans would love that.
I mean, maybe not that specific box set, but yeah, probably it would be in a box set format on like Amazon exclusively.
Sorry, I had to mute myself. That's wonderful. Oh yeah, okay. God, that's the worst thing that ever happened to Spider-Man. It is the worst thing that ever happened to Spider-Man. But it led to like my favorite run of Spider-Man ever. So who knows?
So I just want to call this out in the Discord chat. They're talking about like jokingly a core Leo Kaiser, probably just to make me sad. Jared says he'd rather get deluxe of the Jalgar and Leozak to use with the Combiner Wars or Platinum one we already have, but he'd also be fine with a Weo Kaiser. I just love Weo Kaiser as like shorthand for a core class.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Weo Kaiser, I like that.
Small Canicus.
Yeah, that's good too. All right, we can move on now.
Okay. So anything else on this? I mean, there's not a whole lot to say. We could go into detail on all this. Just get it. Just back it. It looks awesome.
I haven't backed it yet, but I will cave before it's over. I'm pretty sure of this.
I haven't signed on yet either, but I'll probably get worn down by the time it ends.
Yeah.
You still have like 4 or 5 weeks.
I mean, okay, so like Star Saber is one of those G1 toys like Overlord, where I always felt like, if I was going to drop a lot of money on an old Transformers toy, it would be one like that because it does a lot of things. Like it's a good highlight of the G1's place as a gimmick platform more than anything else. So I've never had much of a personal connection or interest with Deathsaurus, so it's a little bit of a harder sell for me.
So Deathsaurus was like when I was younger in the fandom, when I was like a 20-something, my grails were Metro Titan, Deathsaurus, and so I always wanted them, and I always had an affinity for them. But like if if I had a grail of like things that didn't exist, it would be like I don't know, Overlord or the Cape. But
I'd probably be more interested immediately in like a HasLab equivalent Beast Wars second Galvatron
oh man,
than I am in Deathsaurus. But just for an example.
the color on that is so nice. But I don't think the toy is aged as well.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
Make me a HasLab Beast Wars second Galvatron. Like, I'm more inclined to jump on that immediately
buy
than
it.
with Deathsaurus.
Okay, so this is almost a unicorn, in the sense that it's going to ship December 1st, and we literally just got our foot. I mean, we'd known about it, but we got our first look at the Generations Holiday Optimus Prime, and it's going to ship in less than a month. And it was unveiled at the London Comic Con. It's beautiful. I love it, and it's a new mold Optimus Prime cab with the Earthrise trailer.
Yeah, so this is actually the Amazon Optimus Prime with holiday deco, but this cab robot is what the Amazon Prime would have been. It's the Amazon Fleet Volvo electric semi cab.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
The thinking at this point is the Amazon one is just permanently shut
Gone,
down.
yeah.
But again, apparently at Comic-Con, Ben McCrae, BMAX said that this was going to get used again.
Hero.
That's the prevailing theory. I mean, I see why people are leaning
they have
in
a
that
launcher?
direction.
Ooh, could they do I wonder if they did the launcher.
I mean, if it probably have like a hard plastic bellows that doesn't work, it's just there for looks.
Ooh.
That would
Yeah,
be a shame.
Yeah.
like it just if they did something like that, it would have to miss the point somehow. Like I get in one sense why people are seeing Hero Optimus Prime in this because it's a long nose cab,
Yeah.
but like I just don't feel like that's where it should immediately go to, because apart from that detail, it's not really right. Otherwise, they would have to add more elements to it, and then it's not really Hero Optimus anymore because that was an all-in-one.
Yeah, you're right.
It's G2. I have strong feelings about it.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Now, that said, I don't know what they would otherwise do with it, but I just kind of want to not be that. Matt's got his thinking cap on.
Yeah.
The only thing, maybe a clench.
Yeah, that'd work.
That'd be interesting. Or if they use
but
this to
I mean, they
Toxitron.
That could work.
that's more likely because they seem to enjoy not giving me my Euro G1 stuff. So
Yeah.
Although, I mean, I guess Volvo still has a say in this too, since it's their licensed vehicle. So, like, they might not be happy with a Toxitron on their, environmentally friendly electric semi truck cab. So, remains to be seen, I suppose.
So I'm trying to remember. So if it's obviously it's not exactly the same thing. They could do whatever they wanted to. But Hero Optimus Prime was repainted into Scourge.
Yeah, for KB Toys.
KB. I was trying to remember who did it.
That was it. Shipped alongside the bludgeon made from the G2 Megatron.
Yeah. So I had the bludgeon. I don't think I ever.
Bludgeon, yeah.
I don't think I think I still have bludgeon. I don't think I ever got the Scourge. That sucks.
Me either. I didn't.
It's the only Scourge I got, sadly. I'd love to have the Laser Prime one. But
I saw Black Convoy on Mandarake today for 8,000 yen.
I will have
Ooh.
to take a look.
Yeah,
I mean, keep in mind that's going to be like 5,500 to 7,000 in shipping.
Yeah,
That's true.
I don't know. I don't know any more than that. I already have it, or otherwise I would have jumped on it. So,
Gotcha.
but yeah.
But yeah, the deco on that is very nice. It is a really nice looking figure. The KB one, if you ever get a chance to get it.
I could totally see. I want them to use. I want them to do whatever recolors they can out of this, like Hero, Optimus Prime, Scourge, Black Convoy, whatever. I really like this, and it makes me happy. And it's the thing is, it's coming out in a month, and it's not been leaked yet. That's the crazy part. It's
Yeah.
like no, it hasn't shown up on a bootleg YouTube channel or anything like that. It's gonna be here in a month. That's crazy. It's ridiculous. Okay. So that Comic-Con thing, I think the favorite thing I saw, I was at a ball game for my kids when all this was happening, and I saw where Hasbro had been misreported that Hasbro consults with the TF Wiki on what toys to release. And there are people flipping out over it. And I just thought it was hilarious. I loved it.
Yeah.
And it turns out it was that file that Monzo maintains. I honestly forgot that he even sends to Hasbro. But that's what it was. But it was like the TF Wiki. Oh, it was great. I got a great laugh out of that. They also unveiled Magnificus, which we knew about.
Which that's also going to be hitting in December sometime.
According to Pulse, it's January, but same
Yeah,
difference.
that had a January 1st date on it. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
when I ordered it was December.
Oh, they trolled you.
Or they're trolling you.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get mine early.
I don't have strong feelings about this either way.
It
Looks good.
Looks nice.
Yeah.
Every time this comes up, I'm going to say the same thing. I wish it was on the Titans Return mold.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because then you get Gamede as the Titan Master.
And a
Yeah.
working microscope.
Yeah, that's actually
Yeah, I
you're right.
guess.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
And honestly, the Titans Return one has a better tank mode than the Studio Series mold.
I
That's kind of sad.
I saw the Studio Series one sitting on the shelf at Target a couple days ago, and I almost picked it up, and I thought, wait, I already have this. That's how striking it is. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have strong feelings, but I'm glad that those of you who want it can have it. I don't even know if I have the original version of this, or the
It was an e-hobby.
e-hobby. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I need to go in and catalog my collection. I'm tired of buying crap that I already have. But I did it on purpose this week because that damn yen to dollar exchange rate is so favorable right now. I'm like, oh, that's in a box. I'm gonna get it.
Brian, don't check the chat. Don't check the Discord chat. Thanks, John.
What? Oh no. Oh my God, that's beautiful. John just shared this in our Discord. It is a test shot or prototype of.
It's a test shot.
Is it?
Yeah.
Of Omega Supreme. That is.
Oh.
That's probably the closest we're going to get to Omega Supreme that we're ever going.
It's not that close, but it's nice. It's $1,800.
Yeah,
Or
wacky colors.
$81 for 24 months with PayPal credit, according to this. God.
But oh man, I would get it, but it's $45 shipping.
Oh man.
Yeah, you'd think at that price they could just throw the shipping in.
PayPal pay it in 4. I wonder if you could do that with this.
4 easy payments of $450 each.
God, that's beautiful. Okay.
I'm sorry, more like $470 with the shipping.
Oh, Brian, don't look at his other items. Don't.
Why?
Okay.
Why? What does he have?
Okay.
Must be some good stuff.
MPM 12 prototype, Tarantula's prototype.
Was that Grimlock? What was 12?
Optimus.
Oh, yeah, duh.
Just he's a few other
I thought
prototypes.
I was thinking MP12. Was MP12
Masterpiece Skids prototype.
Okay, I'm fine with that. I don't want Masterpiece prototypes.
12 was. I almost want to say 12 was a Seeker
Probably.
because Grimlock was MP8.
MP8. So he came out before MP10. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he was after.
Yeah, because MP10 basically rescaled the masterpieces and actually fit better with Grimlock than MP1.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I was thinking he was after, because Grimlock scaled better with that version of Optimus.
No, this was MPM.
Yeah,
Movie
I realized after I said it that
we were just trying to figure out what Brian's mistake would have been.
Yeah. Okay, that Omega Supreme is amazing. I'm not going to look at that anymore.
Test shots are fun to look at.
Yeah. Okay, next item. Hasbro sells Boulder animation.
Yeah, so Boulder made Rescue Bots Academy at least, and the Cyberverse cartoon.
So
Hasbro acquired them in 2016 when they had the mission statement of like becoming a media company, and apparently this is the next step on the way to undoing most of that with the new CEO.
So I wonder what brands. I wonder if they're going to start parting with brands at some point. Like, so this is a studio that does work for them. That work just happens to be animation, but they've acquired Power Rangers, Peppa Pig,
Mm-hmm.
and things like that. There's a lot of brands that they have that they don't do anything with anymore. That some of them they just license out, like Micro Machines.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if anything like that might just leave because there's equity in that.
Yeah, I mean, first they'd have to find someone who'd want to acquire it, and
somebody would buy Micro Machines.
I mean, you'd think so, but like I can't unless they could get like Jada to take it off their hands outright. I don't see a lot of traction on selling like Micro Machines. I don't even see traction on selling Power Rangers at this point.
No.
I mean, like once upon a time, I think Mattel would have been a serious contender for Power Rangers to get hold of that. While it like before Hasbro.
What about Nickelodeon? I mean, Nickelodeon's
well, you still need a toy manufacturer though.
Yeah, but like there would be a
Playmates.
They would have, yeah.
Playmates Power Rangers toys. Now there's an interesting concept.
Yeah, that's interesting. We'll see what this ultimately means. But I
mean, it's just more of Hasbro like consolidating down on everything this year and like get rid of Boulder. They still have E1 for media production, so like they're not out of that game entirely, but they're definitely scaling back on things that aren't like toys like they're supposed to be making, essentially.
And Aaron Archer had said years ago that making injection molded plastic is not a viable business in the future, and more I believe that. So I don't know what's going to be left for Hasbro. So, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so this popped up on our Discord today, and we lost Matt. And apparently in July, Segway, the company, announced that they were producing a Transformers branded Segway scooter. Actually, it may be even multiple based on the video that I watched. No, it basically seemed like it went under the radar. Nobody knew about it. The tweet, I didn't look at Instagram, but the tweet that they had sent out back in July had like 2 retweets. So like it like went under the radar. So there's a Megatron at least. Let me go back real quick and see what there is out there. Back in July, there is, watching the video now, Bumblebee. It's a go-kart Optimus Prime, and a Megatron scooter. I didn't even know Segway made go-karts.
I didn't even know Segway still existed.
No, yes. So for people who don't know, Segway is this 2-wheeled scooter platform that was supposed to have changed the world. Steve Jobs said that it was going to be like the most revolutionary invention ever, that cities would be designed around its use. And it kind of, it's something that mall cops use now, basically. But yeah, it's interesting. It's just that just completely under the radar. Like my kids wouldn't even want a Transformers go-kart. Like I wish I'd have picked up like the Transformers Power Wheel or whatever that they had at Walmart a few years ago. There's I think an Optimus Prime, or Bumblebee car. I think it was a pedal powered car. I wish I'd picked that up, but yeah, like a go-kart is more than I would ever want to pay for something like this. So that is out there. And I like how Chris put this in here. Going back to the New Zealand Mint, now you can have a non-legal tender Bumblebee silver coin too.
Yep. For the same $100.
It's a little much.
Okay.
It's 1 ounce of silver though.
Yeah, I don't know what that's actually worth.
30-ish bucks.
Well.
If I mean, I think silver's been, that's the last I paid attention to what silver was. It was about $30 an ounce.
Oh.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah. So that's something. If this was legal tender, I would probably have to get it, but it's not. So there you go.
I did think of you and that whole conversation when I saw this come up.
Yeah. Okay. Now that Matt's back, Chris, I know that you have thoughts. Let's say, I think some of your thoughts are not the most positive, so let's save you to the end. Who wants to go first with what they got this week? Did Don Don raise your hand? Go
Yeah,
ahead.
off screen, he raised his hand.
Yeah, sorry. Okay. Couple of small things, couple of big things. Off topic, I got this off Amazon. I had it at BBTS, but Amazon was about $12 cheaper. It's the X-Men animated Gambit bust. And it wound up being an artist proof. Random purchase off Amazon, and I have one of the artist proof. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to find out that there's nothing on the website from Diamond Select about this at all anymore. So I have no idea I don't see his signature. I've contacted them. I haven't got any information back, but I opened up the box when it came to check the condition, and it says AP out of 3,000. So I don't know how many there is, but I'm very happy with that. It's just a random getting an artist proof. Continuing on with Marvel, I got a second War Machine one to open because this package is too nice to not leave on display as well. Thanks to the GameStop sale, I mentioned this last week. I got for $25. I got the Ironmonger and the
Oh,
Odiva
wow.
Stain. Yeah, I'm gonna sell the Odiva Stain, whatever his name
Is somebody going to buy that? Do you think
I don't
somebody
know.
wants that?
I don't know. I can try because I just wanted the Ironmonger for the Iron Man shelf. I got that. On topic, my package from Hasbro came today. I got Minerva, one to open. Thank goodness. I got Crasher, who I'm looking really forward to. I wanted to get two, but I was on lunch when all this hit, so I had to just hurry up and check out and make sure I didn't miss anything. Hopefully I'll be able to find one at Walmart when they hit. And then, of course, I got Shadow Strip. Hopefully we'll see more G2 Stunticons. I also got the A Hero is Born set. Have not had a chance to open it yet. Looking forward to that. I've heard of some QC issues, so I'm hoping mine is okay. I got Flame Moore and her axe partner guy.
Nice.
I got Shatterglass Slicer with the with exosuit.
$48. I looked at the Hasbro Pulse today, and I was reminded that that's $48.
Yeah, I know.
$48.
It is two deluxes.
It is 2 deluxes,
Yeah,
but it does not
And-
feel like a $50 purchase.
Okay,
Right.
I mean, yeah, but that's $48. But remember, Flame War is $42.
yeah.
I know.
Well, I think Flame War is the paint and the deco. I'm guessing is where it's going. I don't know,
She's so pretty, though.
but that's it. That's it. That's it as well. I also picked up. I've been watching this. I had been watching this on eBay for a while and watching it at TF Source, and it went on sale. I got the Mastermind Creations Dichotomous, which is what was their take on a Cybertronian mode Roadbuster. It went on sale for like $25 off, so I went ahead and got it because that's that same mold that they used for that bulkhead version they did a couple years ago that I liked quite a bit, and that was the last one they had too. Picked up thanks to an Amazon coupon. I got Bumblebee movie Thundercracker for $15 with a coupon. Studio series Ironhide came because I saw this at a collectible toy store in Greensboro for $40, and I thought, I have one coming. I don't need to pay the extra for that dopamine hit, so I've got that. And
people seem to be pretty happy with that so far.
Yeah. Now, one of the people I follow on Twitter, who I can't give credit because I don't remember who it was, said that something about the front end with the windshield and stuff is very difficult to get to work. So I got to be careful about that. The last thing I got is something, it's third party, but it's something I've been looking forward to for quite a while. I got from Toy Easy, which is, the running theory is it's a Zeta brand. We don't know for sure, but it's their first of a naval combiner, which is a destroyer. And if I can get the images on the back, there's the boat images.
I've seen a video of that on YouTube.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to, because I've been wanting naval warship transformers. I mean, I even created my own team back in the late 90s. I even created my own team, my own combiner. I've been wanting, honest to God, naval warship transformers for decades, and it looks like we're finally getting one. So I'm really looking forward to opening up this guy and taking a look at him. And then I should have another one coming, hopefully next week, depending on the tracking.
Cool. Okay, who wants to go next?
I guess I will. I've got a few things, most of them off topic, but a couple on. No, one on. Okay, so one semi on. So I got the Gundam models I was waiting for last week. I got the Kshatriya, which is a gigantic mobile suit that kind of folds up to look like a bell pepper when it's in defensive mode. Big kit. Probably, if it's a high grade, it's about the size of the master grade boxes I have around. I will probably wait to tackle that one until I'm feeling exceptionally brave. Also got the Zaku 1 Sniper, just because that's a favorite from Gundam Battle Operation 2, which is also the reason I wound up with the high grade Sinanju Stein, because after doing that special video last week, I thought, I'd like that kit. Why not? That game is exceedingly good at selling me on designs I wasn't sold on before. So yeah, that's another one for the tower of unbuilt boxes that usually goes on this desk where the laptop is right now. On topic things, I got the semi on topic one. I got the new vintage collection Darth Vader from Obi-Wan Kenobi. Darth Vader is kind of one of those figures that I use as like a benchmark for the Star Wars line to see where they are in terms of articulation and deco and all those things. And it is really nice. It is the most articulated Vader I've gotten out of the 3 3/4 inch figures. It's got the best soft goods cape I think I've ever seen out of Star Wars figure.
Really?
Yeah, just it actually hangs about right, and it covers his shoulders the way it should.
Oh, nice.
With plenty of room, because the capes always felt a little bit small on previous Vaders. This does not have that problem. This has some weight to it. It's really nice. And on topic, just because it was cheap and I need that dopamine hit this week, I got Studio Series Bumblebee movie Ironhide for $15 off of Amazon. And that is a nice little toy. It is a little bit fidgety to get everything lined up, but for whatever reason, I'm not finding it frustrating the way I have some of the others. I think because there's not a lot of panels to lock down, and so it doesn't make my thumbs hurt to get everything, lined up and, set up nicely. So it's a nice looking figure. Yeah.
On yours, is robot mode solid and van mode is solid? It's just in between. It kind of just turns into just sort of flops everywhere.
Yes, it is extremely amorphous in between those.
Yeah. Good.
Also, I would like the joints in robot mode to be a little bit stronger. They're not like, it's not falling down, but I feel like to hold certain poses, it could use a little bit more strength in the legs in particular. But like I said, I like it. First thing I've gotten from the Bumblebee movie Cybertronian designs, and it's quite nice. And I think that is everything I have gotten this week.
Cool. Matt, do you anything?
I got many things.
Okay.
I got Studio Series 86 Frenzy. Even though they call him Rumble, they are wrong. Nice little figure. I mean, an update of the last time we got him. The legs are a little bit longer. Still no elbow bends, but I'm perfectly okay with it. He's so small. He still looks good.
Who got him in early?
Entertainment Earth.
Okay.
So he's good. I got the Shattered Glass Slicer, and the blue on this is absolutely gorgeous. These colors are great.
But you know what's better? Pink Rarichi.
Yes, the eyesore that is his lovely buggy of death that comes with him, just wrapped up in tissue paper, stuffed under the box with his weapons, is lovely. Just God, it's such an eyesore. I love it.
I love it.
And the weird thing is, this is the comic he comes with is actually entertaining. None of the Shattered Glass stuff I've read so far seems like it's really done well. The Slicer issue is pretty well done.
I got the Heroes Born 2-pack, the Orion packs and Alpha Trion, and like I knew there were going to be like remolded parts. I'm surprised at how many remolded parts there are, especially on Alpha Trion. Just like the entire chest, the shoulders, like it's an impressive remold. I think Orion Pax's forearms are even different than Cups. Like there's a good amount of new tooling on these things.
Nice.
It's a really good set. And then I got the Velocitron Crasher. The colors look good on this thing. It does look like it has a little mascara around the eyes, like they try to do the Domino mask, but it just the head sculpt isn't conducive to. It's just not going to come out right. Now, mine does not peg together in car mode very well at all. Like I know people have had trouble with the Mirage instance of the mold or the Leadfoot. Both of those were fine for me, but I finally got one that just doesn't hold together super well. But
I had a hard time actually getting her out of car mode. She's holding together so tightly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really hoping we get a third-party head that makes that more Crasher.
Or you take your glasses off. That's what I did, and I think it looks great.
But I mean, overall, I'm happy with it. What I do find weird is that this wave has 2 black Formula style race cars in it.
And
That
one
is
looks
a weird
substantially
choice.
better than the other. No offense to Shadow Strip.
Shadow Strip is amazing.
I haven't
I
transformed
freaking
it.
love Shadow Strip.
I haven't transformed it.
Yeah, like I mean, I like the toy anyway. You throw some actual color on it instead of it just being yellow. Now it's all black and gold and this lovely cobalt blue. So pretty. I would like to see the rest of the G2 Stunticons make it out, but if not, I'll at least be happy with Shadow Strip. And I got Minerva off Hasbro Pulse 2. Even they snuck it in while they were distracting us with Deathsaurus. They put all their pre-orders up without announcing them. Minerva's great. Like I like as a lead a mold, and these colors just make it really jump off the shelf at you. It's really, really nice. Doesn't even bother me that it's not a headmaster. She'll just be from Victory, And that's everything I got.
Okay, I guess it's me. So, just like Matt, I got the the Slicer, and Exosuit 2-pack. I don't know why. As nice as they both look, in my mind, I'm really just buying Slicer for $50, and I know that's not the case. But that's how I feel, and I just kind of feel cheated, even though they are both gorgeous together. But, like, I wouldn't necessarily buy a third version of Fast Track if I could help it. But I did, but it's pretty. Pretty much what, like I said, with Crasher, I had a hard time getting her out of robot mode. That was all pretty tight, so... with Shadow Strip, I'm in vehicle mode. I'm just not taken by it, but I haven't transformed it yet. I haven't had time. I honestly haven't had time transforming Minerva either, but I have played around with her because I do like the mold anyway. But she's just gorgeous, and it's just a novelty having an official Minerva that's not the G1. Like I bought that Athena, whoever made it, and I just wasn't super impressed by it.
Hobby.
Yeah, I wasn't really impressed by it. But also, with Third Hobby, the barrier to entry to get a third-party version of any character, considering there's 50 million third-party companies, is really low. So there's no novelty to it to me. Even if it's a Fan Toys, toy, which like that Galvatron that I had, which was extremely nice, but there's no novelty to it because it lacks that official. There's an economics to what Hasbro can and can't produce, and I don't know, like just being an official product, it just makes it all the more special, and I think that's fantastic. I finally got my DK3. It's nice. I'm trying to run through things because I got too much stuff this week. I got the Hero is Born set. I am tired of this is like the 4th Orion packs in 15 years.
At least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's never a character I wanted. I don't care. It's
if
okay.
Power of the Prime's leader, Optimus Prime, were not so expensive now, I'd probably just get that because I like the look of that Orion pack. It's as animation accurate as I ever needed to be.
Yeah.
And I'd probably just stop there. But I kind of passed on that one at the time, and it is more than it was at the time. So I'm good with letting that go.
Yeah.
So I like the Heroes Born set, but I don't need any more Orion packs anytime soon.
I don't. Yeah, the Alpha Trion is very nice, but it's again a character I don't need another of. Not that there's a million of him. There are this third? Is this the third one? BotCon?
Well, fourth if you count that Cyberverse toy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I forgot about Cyberverse. Yeah.
Yeah, but this one's pretty definitive. I think we can stop.
We can stop. A couple other. So I got a big box of damn bots here that I'll never get through. So if you're watching, oh shoot, they fell.
Well, while you pick them up real quick, thanks to Hyper Shouta and Wheeljack64 in the Discord, tfradio.net/Discord, for letting me know they're actually going to do a reissue of Power of the Prime's Optimus. So if I can get that at retail, I'll probably go for it.
So I have not opened yet any of the bots. I love bots. Just something seems off about most of them. Not all of them, but just something. I don't know. Some of them aren't quite baked. I wasn't expecting to get these till April, and as you can tell, it's November, not April. So, I'll get a chance to open and play with them hopefully over the next week or so, and I'll give more thoughts then. But yeah, something I picked up, BotCon Ferrac, because it was cheap. I didn't have it. Off Mandarake. It was just something I didn't have. When I see something that I don't have and it's cheap, I try to.
It's just a good toy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Universe Cyclonus is probably Universe Cyclonus and Mirage are two that have held up the best through the years.
Yeah. I also got the Transformers Cross G.I. Joe Bumblebee All-Striker. And Yeah, it's better than Megatron. It'd have to be. Robot mode is a little. It's a little the joints are a little loose, but it holds. I'm not gonna say it's floppy because it'll hold poses. But I just don't necessarily like the feel of it.
Would you enjoy it more if it wasn't Bumblebee?
I don't give a crap who it is. I don't understand why people care. Like, why does it matter? Like, Bumblebee is perfectly acceptable. He's a top tier character that they try to put it in. Beachcomber doesn't make any sense other than the alt mode because
Other than the alt mode is a perfect match.
But
you know, whatever.
the character's a pacifist, and he's always portrayed as a pacifist for the most part. So,
well, then he shouldn't have taken on a military alt mode.
He's a dune buggy.
He's not.
So he's a dune buggy. But like Sandstorm would make as much sense as anything. But like I don't care. You know, it's a transforming All Striker. The All Striker mode, it's not, you know, it doesn't have like the cool All Striker suspension or anything like that. It's a very basic interpretation of the All Striker, but it actually holds together really well.
Nice.
It's super flat, like especially at the bottom. It's super flat, which means it's boring. And pretty much what holds it together are the two forearms that tab these parts together, which I hate. The transformation itself is very not fun. But once you have it together, it is a competent approximation of an All Striker. It would be like a built-to-rule All Striker, if you think of it that way. It's not going to have the suspension. It's not going to have the gun that shoots or anything. Or squirts, if it's like the Eco Striker. But it's okay. And I had to correct myself. I think a couple weeks ago when I ordered this, I said it completes a spot in my collection. It doesn't, because I'll tell you why. I also got Platinum Unicron. And Platinum Unicron.
Thinking about that.
Yeah, I had forgotten it exists. Platinum Unicron is a repaint of the 2010 Takara.
Yeah. Which was itself a retool of Armada Unicron.
Retool, yeah. So there's one more
I think
deck.
that's the one I have where the chest won't stay closed.
I didn't have it. There's one more slight deco difference out there than I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember. I thought that this was the exact same deco as the Amazon version. It's not. So I still need the Amazon version.
Yeah, the Japanese 2010 release, the Amazon release, the Toys R Us release, and the Platinum one all have slightly different decos.
So
that's ridiculous.
Toys R Us, I thought the Toys R Us and the Amazon release had. When you say the Toys R Us, are you talking about the 2008 Universe version? Or are you talking about the Toys R Us, the version that came out at Amazon and was also released in Toys R Us Canada? It's the same deal. There's an earlier version that came out, I think Universe, that is just the Armada Unicron in a different package. It's the same deco as the Armada Unicron.
I'll have to dig deeper into this.
I had to do a lot of reading this week to confirm whether or not I need to get another one of these, and I need to get another one of these to have them all. So, like, I'm not going to worry about packaging variations, even though there's not that big of a difference. Now, there might be something when it comes to Micron Legend and Armada. They might not be the same. I need to look into that. But when it comes to the stuff that's come out in the last 16 years, or at least since 2008, I have basically everything.
I feel
except
like
for that one.
I feel like Micron Unicron is not different, and they even like reuse the box pattern from the Hasbro release. Not the printing on the box, but like the box shape and like layout. I think it was functionally the same toy. I don't think there was a deco difference on that one, fortunately.
Yeah, and the Super Link version has the same box as the Micron Legend version, just the different color. So, I think to have a complete set of Unicrons, not counting lucky draws or anything like that, right. I just need to get the 11 Amazon version, I think.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the shelf that it's on, I don't have room for another one. I have room for one more. I don't have room for two more. So there's room for this one up there, but not room for the Amazon version. So, and Chris, we are an hour and 1 minute into the show.
Well, that's not my problem.
I know. Let's go ahead and hand it over to you.
Okay, so I got Core Class Bomb Burst, which has been a little bit of a letdown. It might just be the copy I have. It just kind of feels kind of gummy overall. Like it doesn't solidly do anything really. After Iguanas, I'm kind of prepared for like the Beast Wars basic level of transformation on it. Like it's very much a pretender robot in that respect. So like it fits what it's going for, but it doesn't feel good is kind of my conclusion on this, which is disappointing because it looked really cool when we first saw it, and it's just kind of a letdown in hand, unfortunately.
We've seen Core Class achieve a lot of really good things at that size, and this does none of them badly.
I mean, I know what you're trying to say. I just don't think that sentence expresses it correctly. I also got Core Class Rumble or Frenzy, whichever. I mean, since it's Studio Series, I guess technically Rumble is correct because that's what Rumble was and looked like in the animation, but whatever. I mean, it's fine for what it is. It's a somewhat upgraded take on the design of the Siege Micromaster cassettes. It's definitely better in proportions. It's got a little bit more articulation. Elbows could have been a possibility. Blaster came with eject. Eject had elbow joints, but they're kind of elbows that led into fists, so there wasn't really much of a forearm. And with the pile drivers, just make the arms structurally sound. But again, it doesn't have the feel I wanted it to. And if you miss one like limb reversal step in the transformation, the cassette mode comes out like bowed out, and it's not like super obvious just to handle the toy that you need to do that until you get in tape mode and it's not square. I feel like the transformation needed to be a little simpler than it actually turned out to be, just for like the sake of being intuitive, because a toy this small, and boy is it small in that package, a toy this small doesn't really need like extra steps of complication. Another point that I saw being brought up on the Discord in the last few days was how vulnerable to theft this toy is in package, and boy is that the truth. All of the accessories are reachable through the front window. They are not secured down in any way other than to be just behind flaps of cardboard.
Oh boy.
So, like, any of that stuff can be slipped out. And I think if you were industrious enough and knew what you were doing, you'd probably get Rumble Frenzy out of the package too without opening it. It's not a great thing overall, the way this is packaged. There's no place to store the pile drivers when you're not using them, which, like, I don't expect them to store because they're giant cylinders the same mass as the toy itself. I do appreciate that there's little 3mm ports on them so that you can attach the guns, one each on the pile drivers, to keep the accessories together when you have it in tape mode. Like that.
There are also 5mm ports on top of the pile drivers that I have no idea what they're for.
Yeah, I noticed that. I assume it's to attach a 5mm post to them.
Yes, I wonder if there's a nice like effect piece you could attach to that to make it look like it's smashing into something.
Wrong end, but I mean.
Okay, yeah, that is a problem. Never mind.
Was there ever any kind of rocket propulsion on those to like reinforce the power of?
No, you're thinking more of the Big O rather than Rumble.
Yes, you're right.
Which, when you put it that way, I'm kind of getting into the idea. More like the tiny O, but yeah, so I haven't tried to fit this into a Soundwave yet, mostly because I'm afraid to go find my Netflix Soundwave, because that's another toy that's prone to plastic discoloration, and I don't really want to know right now. Let's see. I got Studio Series 86 Ironhide, and I will preface this by saying I'm glad I did not sell my Earthrise Ironhide because I really don't like this toy that much. Ness in our Discord has recommended that give it a couple of days and mess with it a little bit more and see if the perception changes a little bit. But like my major problem with this is that going from robot to van is just a long and not fun exercise in arranging panels to make the shell of a van around the robot. And like that's not unusual for a Studio Series toy, I'll admit, but it could be done in a way that's not as off-putting to actually execute. I think like the process of getting from step A to step B is just not a pleasant feeling, and it's hard to get the panels to all like line up and close up where you don't have gaps between the seams, in my experience with this. I don't have a problem so far with the windshield part like Don was mentioning earlier, but like part of the roof will not stay quite flush. The back end around the bumper wants to split a little bit. And on some of the tabs, I'm already noticing stress marks on them, on the red plastics. So, I have kind of poor feelings about this. And for all of that, all you really get out of it different than the Earthrise one is, a slightly more media accurate robot mode, and only slightly, because if the toy has to transform, it can't really look like cartoon Ironhide in more than the most superficial sense, because it's got to have like more junk on the back and the legs than Ironhide ever would have in the animation model. The animation model was based completely around that half of the thing goes away and just disappears like the toy does, basically. And you don't have that with this. So the stuff's got to go somewhere and you can't get that accurate look. And the van mode, like, it looks like what it's going for, but in person, I wasn't sure if this was going to be as much of a problem in person, but like the absence of the yellow stripe along the side, the like only iconic color feature of G1 Ironhide's vehicle mode in the cartoon model is just not there, and it really needs that. It needs something to break up all this red. I'm not really very pleased with this at all, unfortunately.
It's a shame. And yeah, it seems to me that if the like only selling point of this over the Earthrise is this is as close to screen accurate as we've ever gotten with this, not having the yellow stripe is kind of a big deal.
A little bit, yeah. Little bit. I talked about this a little bit, like speculated when we saw the first pictures of this. Like I could see Toy Hacks as part of whatever set they would end up doing for this, having like little yellow pinstripes to go along a certain part of the side of this, because there's indentions on here that serves as really good guidelines for where a yellow stripe could go, where it wouldn't run afoul of most of the hinges. It wouldn't be perfect spot on to what the original or the cartoon would have looked like, but it would get the idea across. I think that's more important at this point. I wasn't sure I was going to today because FedEx like took their sweet time getting out the door with it, but I did get Crasher and Minerva from Hasbro Pulse. Sadly, when I transformed Crasher, there was already a big chip out of the black plastic on the robot chest.
Oh,
so,
no.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. It's the super glossy black paint, and like that kind of stuff is kind of just prone to chipping and taking a little bit more damage anyway. Yeah, I mean yours looks fine from what I can see on there, Matt.
Yeah, just giving people some reference for the black glossy paint.
Yeah, I mean I like the finish in a vacuum, just I wish it was not so easily like marred. I can kind of see what they're going for with how they used this head sculpt. Of course, I would have rather this had been a toy Mirage or a Diaclone Mirage using this head instead of Crasher. But it's a solid toy. The deco looks good on it, and would look better if mine didn't have paint damage. I don't know, still having it in hand, that I want this to replace the one that I've had since 2008, the Walmart exclusive Fracture.
Well, see,
especially-
one is Crasher and one is Fracture. So
I suppose
go.
they can fight over the color scheme. I mean, I kind of like that ever since the Siege Mirage came out, because then I could retire Classic Mirage, and Fracture Crasher could have her own body type basically.
Yeah.
And now with this, I'm back to Crasher's a copy basically of Mirage, and it feels kind of like a step backward. And one other kind of issue I have, when I was transforming this, I was doing this during pre-show. I had the same problem Brian was. It was very hard to get to transform out of the car mode. The legs in particular did not want to unfold. And I don't remember
I've
having
dealt
that...
with that on every instance of the Siege / Earthrise.
Yeah,
Mirage
see, I don't
mold.
remember having that problem with either of the previous Mirages or with Leadfoot. So maybe that's more normal to most people's experiences. It's new on me and was just kind of not fun. Like, I knew, because some of the parts in question were nylon, they're not going to like break from bending them, but it's still kind of uncomfortable to have to feel like you're wrenching them off of their connection points. And then I've got Minerva. Minerva fared better with the deco staying undamaged than Crasher did, fortunately, and it looks really nice. I was having the issue during pre-show of trying to remember how this mold transforms into a car, because it's for something that's mostly a car shell around a robot, it still takes a little bit of doing to get everything lined up the right way. And I was kind of surprised when I did get in car mode, like just how it looks so different in a unified color scheme versus Elita's like two-tone thing going on, but having it all be white just with red trim, it really has a different kind of look and feel in person. And I like that variety on this. It's still, the same mold functionally, it just has a new head. It feels as good as the Elita one version does. And I still really like this. I want to see this get another use in another very different deco, just because it holds up to it. I could have this be the new Power of the Prime Moon Racer, basically.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, that this would look nice in Moon Racer colors.
I mean, I didn't necessarily want it to be Moon Racer specifically, but we are getting a Shadow Striker next year. And if they use this as the base mold for that, I'd be pretty happy with that, because I would get it in blacks and purples. So, that would be a good color scheme for this. And then the last thing I got is something I actually am very happy about, but it's not new. And it's actually something I've owned before. So I got a Titan's Return Sky Shadow.
Oh, cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I can't remember when or why I sold Sky Shadow the first time. I either, needed to get some money together for some specific purpose, or it just felt superfluous after having Overlord and possibly Big Powered also. But recently I've just been thinking back on Titan's Return and how much I enjoyed it, and I kind of missed having this, and the opportunity came up and I got this for a pretty good price, a little bit more than I wanted to spend on it, but not as much as you usually see them going for. So it's complete. The stickers are all in very good condition. There's no paint wear or anything that I've found yet, and I'm quite satisfied with getting this. I'm happy to have another big chunky Titan's Return toy. Stickers notwithstanding, but the stickers on Overlord never ended up being a problem, and I think this is going to be okay too if it's gone all these years with the stickers not peeling or deforming or anything. So this at least made me very happy today, even if some of the other stuff kind of left me wanting. And that should be all I got this week.
Cool. Hey, I thought this was going to go way longer in general with all the crap that we got this week. So,
yeah, well, I mean, most people talked up the stuff I already had, so I didn't need to go too far into it.
Cool. Okay, I want to thank our patrons at the Touched tier. If you go to tfradio.net/credits, you can see the list. Let's see here if I can actually just go to tfradio.net/credits without my computer. There we go.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That'd be great. Okay. If you want to become a patron, go to patreon.com/tfradio. And our patrons at the Touch tier get to be on History on the Fives podcast, get to be on mentioned here on the show each week. And we like to thank everybody who is here, actually any patron, any level, but we do mention the Touch patrons. So, and again, the list can be found at tfradio.net/credits. Kevin Dorsey, Ryan Bona, Emmett Stresovich, Rabbits, Hector Bones, Ness, Joey Russell, Jay Klein Rye, Sean Hamilton, Jacob Owen Lucia, Sean Bratton, Spider Bob, Tyrell Gwynn, Rick Mahurin, Blake Reynolds, Jason Tate, Eric Griffin, Sean I. Williamson, and AJ. Thank you all so much. Really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And of course, our Amazon wish list or Amazon affiliate link, you can go to tfradio.net/Amazon. You can buy whatever. It really does help us out. We don't mention it as often as we used to. You can find us at tfradio.net. Everything is there. Diecast not here. He is at Diecast2 on Twitter. I'm personally at bkilby on Twitter and at Brian Kilby on Instagram. I've been posting my Happy Daily podcast lately as I've been gearing up for my Christmas album. I think I actually posted an episode today. So you can find all that at briankilby.com or wherever you find your podcasts. Just search for my name. All the stuff that I've done is there. So Brian Kilby. Yeah, in today's episode,
we've reached the expiration of Brian's voice.
Yeah, it's about to give out. So with that, Chris, how do people get a hold of you?
You can find my toy photography work and photography related writings at playwithphotography.com. That's supported by my Patreon at patreon.com/playwithphotos, where you can help me out to keep doing the things I do. I also have an Amazon wish list at tfradio.net/chrislist, where you can send me nice things or, just send me things. They don't have to be nice things as long as they're, on the list. I probably want them. And it is coming up on Christmas time, and it's when the begging usually starts. So we'll start getting a head start on that this year too.
Cool. Don.
I am reached on Twitter at HMRC4 EVR.
Cool. Rob.
I'm on Twitter at Rob Flails, which is the Twitter for Flail Throughs, my YouTube channel. Right now, it's Gundam Battle Operation 2. Time and bones permitting, I will get to other Gundam games at some point because there's quite a few decent ones out right now. But Gundam Battle Operation 2 still updates every week. Well, I update daily. The game updates every week. Just patched a bunch of mobile suits and added Snanju Stein last week. Also, the Zeta Zaku, which is, just, it's kind of a joke, but it's, supposed to be. So it's it plays pretty well for having half the features removed. But if you like what I'm doing over there, patreon.com/flailthroughs, you can throw money at me for requesting videos and the like. And I also have a list at tfradio.net/playlist.
Cool. John DeLuna not here at that John D everywhere. Rob Springer not here at Rob Springer on Twitter and at zonebase.org. I think that's it. We'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Take care, all.
Bye.
Yeah, my voice really did crap out there at the end.
A little bit.
Funny enough, though,
recording stopped.
The my sore throat's mostly gone, so that's good.
That's good.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Hey, people watching live, I'm gonna go crash.
You need my recording?
I'm done recording, yeah. So people watching live, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream on YouTube because I got to go.
Yeah, but do you need my recording?
Oh, I don't know. No, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, you sounded
okay
fine
to me.
on my end. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, so people watching live on YouTube, we'll see you next week.